Here we are. You're watching Creative Generalist. Let's dive straight into today's journey. Today, we're embarking on a detailed journey that pushes the boundaries for sound designers, content creators, and AI enthusiasts alike. We're taking an in-depth look at Qwen3-TTS, a model developed by the Qwen team that is completely rewriting the rules in the world of open-source artificial intelligence. If you're ready, let's start with the installation process via Pinokio AI, which is incredibly practical and requires no complex coding. Open the Pinocchio app and click on the Discover section at the top left. When you enter the name of the application in the search bar, Qwen3-TTS, currently one of the most popular text-to-speech models, will appear. Simply click on the app and hit the Install button to start the process with a single click. During the initial downloads, pay close attention to the Save As screen. Leave the file name as qwen3-tts-pinocchio.git without making any changes and click Download. This is my favorite feature of Pinocchio. Once you give your approval, it automatically handles everything from the Conda environment to all the basic dependencies required for the model to run. We'll fast forward through these parts in the video since there's no extra action needed on our part. We just wait for the system to complete the setup. Once the installation is successful, the system will automatically open the Gradio-based web interface in your browser without needing to press any extra buttons. The interface consists of 4 main tabs: Models, Voice Design, Voice Clone, and Custom Voice. Our first stop is the Models tab, which is the heart of the system. This is the critical stage where we determine the sophistication level of the model and download the necessary infrastructure files. To achieve the highest quality throughout our training, we'll use the most advanced version with 1.7 billion parameters. Simply click the download icons for the voice design and voice clone options. One important note, while downloading the custom voice model, you might see a red error message on the screen saying "Error downloading custom voice." Please don't panic. This is usually just a minor connection timeout within the Gradio interface. It does not mean the model won't work. To prove this, let's go straight to the Custom Voice tab. Select Ryan from the speaker list, type "energetic" into the Style instruction box, and hit Generate. There you go.
Hello! Welcome to the text-to-speech system. This is a demo of our TTS capabilities.
As soon as you hit Generate, the system automatically pulls the missing files in the background and runs the model, so that red error message in the interface isn't a real obstacle to production. Now, let's head back to the Models tab. You'll notice the custom voice model is now listed as loaded under Load to GPU. To test the system's limits, let's manually load the other models into the graphics card memory as well. If you look closely at the task manager, you'll see the GPU memory usage spike the moment we hit those buttons. We are using an RTX 3060 with 12 GB of VRAM. However, I want to issue a critical warning. If you have a graphics card with 4, 6, or 8 GB of VRAM, please do not try to load all the models at once. Otherwise, you will run into an out-of-memory error. Once you're done with a specific tab, use the Unload All button to clear the memory before moving on to the next one. Now that we've handled the hardware management, we can start testing the model's emotional and linguistic capabilities. In the Custom Voice tab, let's keep the default English text, but select the Aiden character. Type "very sad" into the style box and generate.
Hello, welcome to the text-to-speech system. This is a demo of our TTS capabilities.
Despite the cheerful hello at the beginning of the sentence, the short instruction we gave drained all the energy from the voice, producing a very convincing sense of sadness. Now let's try the same style with Serena.
Hello, welcome to the text-to-speech system. This is a demo of our TTS capabilities.
Brilliant. To see the massive difference, let's keep the text but update Serena's style to cheerful and energetic.
Hello, welcome to the text-to-speech system. This is a demo of our TTS capabilities.
With just 2 words, we've changed the entire atmosphere. But how does the model perform in different languages? Let's keep that same energetic style, but change our text and the language setting to French.
Bonjour, bienvenue dans le système de synthèse vocale. Voici une démonstration de nos capacités en matière de synthèse vocale.
It's perfectly fluent. We can immediately follow that up with a test in Spanish using Spanish text.
Hola, bienvenido al sistema de conversión de texto a voz. Esta es una demostración de nuestras funciones de conversión de texto a voz.
Currently, the system supports 10 different language options and they all work flawlessly. So, how do we achieve even more complex emotions? We have a great method for that. We can log in to Qwen's own AI chat model and ask it to create detailed style instructions in a technical format that Qwen3-TTS can understand. The system provides us with fantastic prompts like angry, sharp, and staccato rhythm. Let's copy this angry style and test it with the Eric character.
This is the third time I've had to explain the same issue.
The result is incredibly high quality.
This is the third time I've had to explain the same issue.
When you use the right tags, you truly bring out the realistic actor within the model.
This is the third time I've had to explain the same issue.
This is also a good time to mention the seed value. If you leave the seed at -1, the model will produce a different random intonation every time you hit generate.
This is the third time I've had to explain the same issue.
However, if you set the seed to a fixed number like 1, the intonation will remain exactly the same no matter how many times you generate it.
This is the third time I've had to explain the same issue. This is the third time I've had to explain the same issue. This is the third time I've had to explain the same issue.
Once you find a tone you love, don't forget to note down that seed code.
This is the third time I've had to explain the same issue.
Next, we move on to the Voice Design tab, which is the true creative core of the system. Instead of using preset characters, this is where you design a voice's timbre from scratch using text. To see how the experts do it, we can look at the official Qwen model page, which features some amazing examples. By using specific commands shared by the developers, we can produce everything from a sarcastic teenage girl to a giggling human voice that reaches the peak of realism.
好了，各位，往后退，往后退！我有个天大的好消息要宣布，Qwen3-TTS 正式开源啦！
9 different, exciting ways of cooking sausage. Incredible! There were 3 outstanding deliveries in terms of the sausage being the hero. The first dish that we want to dissect, this individual smartly combined different proteins in their sausage. Great seasoning! The blend was absolutely spot on. Congratulations! Please step forward. Natasha!
Blah, blah, blah. We're all very fascinated, Whitey, but we'd like to get paid. Blah, blah, blah. We're all very fascinated, Whitey, but we'd like to get paid.
Okay, yeah. I resent you. I love you. I respect you. But you know what? You blew it. And thanks to you. Okay, yeah. I resent you. I love you. I respect you. But you know what? You blew it. And thanks to you.
It's in the top drawer. Wait,
Okay, yeah. I resent you, I love you, I respect you, but you know what? You blew it, and thanks to you!
We'll generate a voice with natural breathing and realistic laughter to save to our desktop as a reference for later.
Yeah, I'm a digital nomad, right? So pretty much all my communication is just like texts and messages, and now, there's these AI agents that can reply for you, which is convenient, sure, I guess, but also kind of delicate, like you'll type something super short, like, yep, sounds good, and it'll turn that into this whole warm, polished paragraph, like way nicer than I'd ever write myself. uh, Seriously, I sound like a Hallmark card all of a sudden. But then, once you outsource that, what's the other person actually hearing? Are they hearing me or just some generic friendly bot voice? Man, that's weird to even say out loud. What's the other person actually hearing? Are they hearing me or
Finally, we're moving on to the voice clone tests, where the model shows off its real magic. First, remember to clear the GPU memory. This section works on a zero-shot logic, meaning no training is required. It instantly pulls the tone, emotion, and even the environment from a single reference audio file. I'll start by hitting the record button and recording my own voice along with the background fan noise in the room. Sound designers, composers, producers, and those just starting their music production journey. Welcome to the Creative Generalist channel. We upload the recording and hit the transcribe button. The system analyzes our voice and converts it to text in seconds. Then we enter our target text and start production.
There's something about this place that doesn't feel quite right.
As you can see, the model didn't just clone my voice, it carried over the fan noise and the muffled microphone quality perfectly into the new recording.
There's something about this place that doesn't feel quite right.
Now let's upload a clean, studio-quality reference file. Notice the result. The cleaner your reference audio, the more flawless and studio-quality your clone becomes. Hey, just a heads up, I'm stuck underground. The subway's delayed again. Typical, right? We haven't moved in 10 minutes, so I'll probably be late. There's something about this place that doesn't feel quite right. Now for our toughest final test. We'll upload that giggling and laughing voice we created earlier in the voice design section. Even though the transcription might not perfectly capture the ha-ha sounds, it doesn't matter.
there's these AI agents that can reply for you, which is
We enter our target text and see if it can capture that giggling energy.
Yeah.
So I'm a digital nomad, right? So pretty much all my communication is just like texts and messages. And now, there's these AI agents that can reply for you. Which is, hey, convenient, sure, I guess, but also kind of delicate, Like you'll type something super short, like, yep, sounds good. And it'll turn that into this whole warm, polished paragraph, like way nicer than I'd ever write myself. Huh? Seriously? I sound like a Hallmark card all of a sudden, but then
And it works. Even without a specific laughter tag in the target text, the model successfully carried over that joyful, smiling energy from the reference voice.
polished paragraph, like way nicer than I'd ever write myself. uh, Seriously, I sound like a Hallmark card all of a sudden. But then, once you outsource that, what's the other person actually hearing? Are they hearing me or just some generic friendly bot voice? Man, that's weird to even say out loud.
Currently, the voice clone section doesn't have a separate style instruction box because the model pulls all its emotional cues from the wavelengths of the reference audio you upload. In the future, if a hybrid system emerges where we can provide a reference voice and add extra emotional layers via text, this model will be absolutely unrivaled. I hope this training content adds great value to your projects and your AI journey. Also, be sure to let us know in the comments section which AI tool or feature you would like me to review in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell to get notifications for new videos. See you again soon, and thanks for watching.